At 11, a new law that takes effect immediately. It impacts the Miami Valley.
It allows cities of certain sizes to create areas that will be exempt from Ohio's open container law. Tyler Utz explains what it means for both revelers and businesses here at home.
Yeah, this new law means that cities and townships with populations of 35,000 and more can designate an open container drinking zone, which includes Beavercreek. I spoke with the city's mayor to find out what will be done. Now that Governor Kasich has signed House Bill 47 into law, cities and townships in Ohio with more than 35,000 people have to decide where in town people can drink and carry alcohol in public. The bill contained an emergency clause, meaning right after the governor signed it Thursday, it went into effect. Beavercreek Mayor Brian Jarvis says he and his council members have a plan to roll out the new law.
Staff will research it, look into all the details of the legislation, come back to us during a work session to explain what it's all about.
But what remains unclear is where in Beavercreek city leaders will deem outdoor drinking zones. It's also up to the city to choose when people can drink there.
Well, it's very limited, seeing as the legislation limits it to a half square mile area that has 4 liquor licenses. It limits it to things like the Green, for example. There are very few areas in Beavercreek that have a concentration of licenses like that.
Jarvis says even though the Green Town Center qualifies, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will become a designated open container area.
We'll have to make sure that the area is wanted. There might be an area that would fit, but that they don't want it. We want to make sure that this fits our community's desires and that we're not forcing anything on anybody.
Jarvis couldn't give a date for when he expects the city to have their open container rules set, but says Beavercreek leaders will take time in their decision.
We rarely do things at the snap of a second like this. Some cities do, some have wanted it for some time, but we'll look into this very, very carefully.
And after 2 years, cities and townships of any size can have the option of creating their own smaller district. Tyler Utz, 2 News.